Three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday, October 25th. Closing the week out here, the Daily Bone podcast, ready to discuss all things crypto. We're going to touch on Microsoft potentially adopting, I don't know if they're adopting MicroStrategy's Bitcoin acquisition strategy, Ray. I'd say it's more of a Tesla strategy, which is just holding it on the balance sheet. Someone's asking me if I'm on the right mic, and I'm not, ladies and gentlemen. Now I am. But anyway, yeah, it's not MicroStrategy's. However, it is Tesla's Bitcoin acquisition strategy. We're going to touch on Magic Eden's upcoming token, and we're going to play a few games in Kalshi, Shark Tank, and Top Dog. So we got a lot of meat on the bone here. First of all, how we doing this morning, Ray? You all settled in back home? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I was a little bit tired yesterday after all the travel. So it was nice settling in, seeing the fam, seeing the daughter. Always tough being away for a couple days, but I had a great time in New York. We had a ton of fun up there. It was nice hanging out, getting some content shot, talking about the future of Bodega. So really exciting stuff and a ton of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, look, Clemente, 25-year-old Clemente was whining about being tired yesterday. To which I promptly gave him a hard time and, portrayed him as a wiener because he's 25 and he's being tired just from doing a few videos with me and Nick during the day. Easy, how you doing, man? You're looking good on this camera. You're muted, buddy.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where the tab was. Yeah, man, things are good. I'm currently in Texas. Good old Texas. Yeah, that's where the wedding is.
Okay, nice. What Austin, or I don't know if you want to not
Houston. I don't care, dude. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, yeah, okay, I'm in Texas. One more day, and then finally back to Florida tomorrow after what'll be 5 months on the road. So I'm very excited to get back to Florida. One more flight, then I have like a couple weeks, then back up to New York for a week, and then it's a busy year. It's a busy year, but a great year, all things considered. Markets gonna continue to heat up, so no better time to kind of take those travels while we're in this chop, keep me away from clicking, and I found the platform that lets me short meme coins, so now it's a whole different mess. It's a whole
we got to talk about that for sure. And yeah, busy year, but a great year, and excited for you to get settled again, but also to spend some more time in New York in a couple of weeks. So we'll shoot some stuff. So look, we want to make sure everybody knows that we have a partnership with Kalshi, ladies and gentlemen. Kalshi being the only legal prediction market in the United States. They won a groundbreaking court case allowing the trading of predictions markets for the presidential election. So excuse me. I just had some yogurt and some orange juice, ladies and gentlemen. So people are also suggesting that we're having issues with the Twitter Spaces. Ray, is that because of the phone, you think, or just Twitter Spaces in general? Or I don't know if Ray, can you hear me?
Sorry, we were having some audio issues. I'm just troubleshooting really quickly on the Spaces. I think I got it solved.
Okay. Well, Ray's working on it. If you're listening on Twitter, Ray's working on it. Maybe you can hear me. Maybe you can't. Otherwise, pop on to YouTube. I think we killed YouTube video streaming for now, but we're going to bring it back. Well, we're going to just upload the content as a standalone video. But anyway.
Twitter streaming, Twitter broadcasting, right?
Well, we killed Twitter broadcast. Anyway, people will figure it out. They'll see it. 2 weeks ago, the panelists pitched some plays to Ray. I pitched who will win Pennsylvania in the presidential election. I pitched Trump for that prediction. That's up 12%. So actually, crazy enough, 2 weeks ago at that time, Kamala Harris, I guess, was favored by a percentage point or so to win Pennsylvania, which is pretty nuts. Next one, Kicks pitched who will win Georgia in the presidential election. He said Trump. That's a 9.5% gain. And then Easy pitched new nuclear reactor in the U.S. approved this year. And that's sideways, man. That's flat. That's no gain on that one. That's a funny bet, dude. And you're
not best. Not best.
Ray took my play and is up 12% on the trade. This week, us panelists are going to pitch new markets to trade. Should also mention that Kalshi is exploding in the United States App Store. Absolutely exploding. At first, the co-founder of Kalshi, Tarek, was promoting Kalshi on Twitter by saying like, oh, we just flipped Robinhood for top financial apps, right? And I'm sure that they were happy about that. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, wow, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty impressive. I'm surprised that they flipped Robinhood in financial apps and stuff, right? Now they're just flipping every app. Like at this point, Yeah, so they're number what, 6 in finance out of everything. So they're the only remaining doors to beat down are Capital One, Venmo, Credit Karma, PayPal, and Cash App. So all huge names in fintech. But then they're also like number 58 overall in the United States App Store, which is just crazy. And so we're gonna play this prediction market Shark Tank. All of us panelists are going to pitch Ray one trade that we think is a winner, and Ray is going to select the one that he thinks is best. So get your picks and your pitches ready. Anyway, let's dive into this weather report. Easy. Can you oblige?
Oh, absolutely. Let me pull it up. Coming in hot from the newsroom. It's not a hotel room, it's a newsroom. And as we take a look today, it's a rather interesting market. I'm just currently getting some PC feedback. I'm not sure whose it is.
I'm working on it.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I apologize. The thing here that we're taking a look at, we got a couple interesting things as far as news goes. And I will say, the crypto roundup, it's been choppy aside from Solana, with Bitcoin at 68K, ETH at 2550, Solana all the way up to 174. I want to say it touched 179 last night. Absolutely cooking. The leading top 100 coin is once again Radium's Ray token. And let me say, our quant with glasses has the same name, and your boy over here was adamant about this being a potential dip opportunity. So that's one for me that I'm very excited about. Love to see it continue to dominate, up 9% to an $800 million market cap. Microsoft has also disclosed the assessment of investing in Bitcoin policy as a voting item for their December 10th shareholder meeting. And the Microsoft board, however, recommends voting against this proposal. Magic Eden announced the launch of their Test ME token, which is launching slated for next Tuesday. I believe that's the 29th. Claiming it will be available in the Magic Eden wallet, and the token has been teased as multi-chain. If you remember how the mock jupe went, people are excited in hopes of a small stimulus in anticipation of the full launch of their token in the near future. And finally, according to crypto intelligence organization Arkham Intelligence, a U.S. government-linked wallet was compromised for $20 million of stablecoins and Ethereum. Back to you in the studio.
Fantastic weather report. Forgive me. I was fiddling with my camera, and I still am. The aperture is like totally closed right now. I'm going to figure it out during the show. Sorry, I am very dark, everybody. But look, let's get into the first story. Microsoft buying Bitcoin. Of course, this is a story that I would heavily want to weigh in on. How about I'm going to fix my camera. Easy. Can you talk to us about Magic Eden's token?
Yeah, it's rather interesting. I think right now what a lot of people are looking at here is, like we said, we've seen a couple things on it. And what I mean by that is, like, we've seen the teaser of the 29th. We've seen that it won't be claimable in the US or the UK. We've seen former Magic Eden employees make mention of using a VPN. People are hoping it pulls a mock jupe, which is the big thing. If we get something like that, it'll be really interesting. But overall, it's, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, okay, this will be a little bit of fun. This will be a little bit of fun, just because we finally get some type of liquidity being injected at the moment, and that's always a win to me. Getting liquidity in the market's always a positive. So I don't know how they're going to do it. If you don't have the Magic Eden wallet, that's what they're testing the claim functionality through, is through the Magic Eden wallet. That's where I want to see how well this stands up and how well this does. So, Ray, you have any thoughts on this?
Well, I had a question. So if you want to claim this and say you've traded on Magic Eden, I'd imagine you'd be available. Like you would have some kind of allocation. I'm not sure if it's just for everybody because it's a test token, but you would say like 100% you probably should be downloading the Magic Eden wallet to claim this. Like it's going to be a requirement.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the best way to get involved. Yeah. If you're listening, make sure you have the wallet downloaded, ready, and know how to navigate it. I think that's like pretty big. I'm curious, like, I mean, the test token will be interesting and it's going to generate attention. And like you said, maybe there's a small stimulus. I'm more interested in like how this is going to set things up for the full token launch. Because I could imagine there being some sort of like speculation on NFTs, runes, on Magic Eden, like getting liquidity with the full token launch. If that's the case, like maybe this test token launch gets eyeballs there and people start trying to front run that trade. So like now I potentially maybe look at some ordinals. I think ordinals are maybe the lowest risk play out of the Magic Eden stuff you can buy right now. I don't know if I'm buying like ETH and Solana NFTs. I don't know how heavy Ape is going to be involved But I think maybe like if you've been like in the market for a puppet and like you don't want to potentially miss out, I think now could be a decent time to snag one. Um, Runes more risky, but lower price point in terms of like getting into some of the top ones if you just want to get in small. I don't know if you have any thoughts on potential liquidity
I'm not a
coming
big
to.
runes guy, dude. Like that's the thing. There's probably like a decent amount of liquidity in that, but I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm looking at. I'm like,
Well, right now the only coin you can trade on Magic Eden is runes in terms of fungible stuff. Are people going to prefer to trade a liquid JPEGs or runes? Is my thought process, or just cash out and go right back to the casino.
yeah. I don't know, dude. Because my tough part is like the order books are not great for runes. You know what I mean? Like that's what I look at. I'm like, it's tough to actually move with size over there at the moment. Hopefully that changes. Maybe. I don't
I
know.
mean, yeah, I mean it's hard to do it without getting front ran, but yeah, the order books on runes are tough. But I mean, if you do want to get into dog, I mean, there's decent liquidity on dog in terms of price point here. You know, these are all about the same in terms of the price sat per dog token.
Fair.
So you could get a little bit of size, here. But yeah, I think it's gonna depend on like what the utility is and like what's gonna drive like token claimers back to the Magic Eden platform. My thoughts. And if it's going to do that, like how do you front run that action? So that's what's going through my head with the test token launch.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry, guys. This is so dumb, but so I'm just gonna have this terrible camera setup during the show today. Whatever. Interesting to hear what you guys said about the Magic Eden token and about runes. Some quick commentary. Microsoft buying Bitcoin. Microsoft has disclosed the assessment of investing in Bitcoin policy as a voting for their December 10th shareholder meeting. The Microsoft board, however, recommends voting against this proposal. What a bunch of old fuddy-duddies on that board, huh? Anyway, I just think the fact that this is even on, kind of on the document for the shareholder meeting is big time stuff. I think you're going to see it more and more. And I think that it's inevitable that basically every, kind of major company they're going to have to turn to Bitcoin because of the, the debasement of the US dollar just not stopping. There is nothing stopping that train, to quote Lynn Alden. And so you're going to see it, whether or not they actually approve it this time. You're going to see it from all these big companies. It's just an inevitability in my mind. Any comment from either of you guys before we just move on to talking a little bit of shop about what meme coins are interesting here?
No, I mean, I think eventually every single company is going to hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet. It just becomes inevitable at some point, right? Like, that's the bigger thing for me is like, why would you not at this point? And I feel like you're just doing your own company a disservice, right? Like, what is stopping you? I would say.
I read the proposal. I think it's just funny that they just call out MicroStrategy. Like their MicroStrategy, which is a technology company like Microsoft, is just crushing us by 313%, despite only doing a fraction of our business. It's like part of the proposal. So they're just saying like, hey, we need to gamble more to make sure that we can keep up in the tech industry.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is Microsoft, man. It's they're legit. I mean, obviously they're legit. They're one of the top companies. They're the only company that's been.
You don't say.
Yeah, they're a big deal, obviously. Look, I'm just so thrown off by this camera situation, but I'm just not going to let it get to me. So easy. I don't think you've been on the show since I became a meme coin.
A meme coin maxi.
I
was texting you from 30,000 feet yesterday with some candid thoughts. I was like listening into the show. It's always fun to listen when you're not on it because you're like, oh, this is interesting, and like I can. Luckily for me, I have a slight access to you guys to be like, hey, here are my thoughts real quick. Hearing how you're navigating it is definitely interesting. I think there's a slightly different way I'd probably go about it.
Okay.
Depending on the amount of capital you have. It's the same exact way that I went with my 10K portfolio. I split it up in majors, mid caps, and low caps. And the total USD allocation to each was also different. So I did 10K total. The top 3 got 60% of that portfolio, $2,000 into each. The middle three got $1,000 into each for $3,000, so 30%. And the bottom three got $333 into each for a total of $1,000, so 10%. So it's basically actually playing a risk curve where the higher market caps are less likely to move as violently, but you also have the downside risk because they're somewhat established. So for that, it's like the SPXs, the Gigas, stuff like that. And I said over 100 million market cap for those. Mid caps was between 10 and 50 or 50 and 100. I forget the exact one. I have to look. Might have even been 30 and 100. And then low is under that. And that's where I split those up. So if you're building a meme coin portfolio right now, that's exactly how I'd structure it. Over 100 million market cap, you allocate the most of your capital to. You allocate 60%. Mid caps, you allocate 30% of that capital to, because medium risk reward. And the low caps, which was sub 10 million for me, are the highest risk, but also the highest reward. So I allocated the lowest amount of capital. And it ended up, it's like still panning out pretty nicely. I actually should probably post an update on that today. But that's one that I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. This one makes a lot of sense because when the higher caps are moving, they tend to bring rising ships lift all boats. But when a low cap moves, there's a potential for it to go 10 to 30, which now puts it in that middle area and would actually put it over $1,000 of value. For the high caps to move, they 2x. You're up more than basically the rest of the portfolio. So it's like there's this risk profile I look at where I'm like, this makes a little bit more sense to me to trade in these ranges because it lets you manage capital more efficiently and not have to stare at the charts. Like instead, you can just tuck this away, forget about it, and let the market just work.
Okay, so I love it. So here's my portfolio in full. In terms of allocations, all the allocations right now are negligible. The total portfolio is worth $850. So I want to get this portfolio to like 10 to 20K, but I didn't want to just plow all the money in like when I don't know anything, right? So I got GOAT, SPX, Giga, Retardio, Lock-In, Glorp, Epic, and Flavia. The biggest winner, the biggest winner is GOAT. The biggest loser, can you guess?
Biggest loser right now, Flavia?
By a mile. And Ray told me not to buy one. So I'm down $42 on the Flavia buy. But yeah, so
but that's a newer coin. That's the thing.
Yes,
you bought like a pretty new coin.
Right.
And that's the thing with all the ones that I've bought in this 10K port. I bought one token that was less than a month old, and that's my worst performer.
Yep.
Well, the issue is that Kix is in his ear, and he's shilling him like $1 million market caps that have just launched.
Which is crazy.
Which is not like what Tio's trying to do. He's not trying to sit here and just click a million buttons.
No. So honestly, to be completely honest with you, I think you have your portfolio there.
Actually,
I'd probably, I mean, looking at it, dude, I'd add Glorp. For some reason, that's the one that. Okay, so I might have misheard that one. That's the one I like for like your low cap risk. It's just for whatever reason that one's got like this weird cult community on it, and I just love the alien cat. I literally bought a hat that has like a trait in the collection somewhere in this hotel room. But I just think they're funny. Like it's just a fun group of people. The thing I look at with it. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say the thing I look at is limiting the number of coins you have for something like that, and very sparingly adding new ones. So like you have Lock-In, you have SPX, you have Giga. Like those three are like big names at this point. Lock-In's technically medium risk because it's under 100 mil. You have GOAT, that's big as well. It got the Binance listing, and it actually opened the door for Binance and pump funds because now Moodang's listed. So like since that happened, I would start to look at something like a FWOG, which I know it's tough for me to say because I showed it a 10x ago in the Bodago Discord at 16 mil. And I was like, hey, I'm buying as much of this as I literally possibly can. But the reason that it's interesting to me is it's already on crypto.com. It's at a $200 million market cap. It touched over 300 mil already, I think. Or was it 300? Yeah, wick to 300. So that is a 50% gain on this with one T1 listing. It already has one, so they know what the requirements are. And that to me is like, okay, so that's a 50% gain to get back to all-time highs. That's a great return. And you're seeing it hold here on this chart that we're looking at. Feels like it's already at resistance or support now, right above 200 mil. It tested that a bunch. It's holding over it. maybe it dumps back to 150, but that 150 retrace still gives you upside potential of a 2x. And yeah, so Ray's now showing the pump fund screen. I'd be looking at these top 4. 2 of these top 4 are already listed on Binance. Mother's interesting here because Iggy Azalea is clearly tied to the right people, right? Like she has the
Like
capital
Mother
to do
here?
it if she wants to. I think I do. Ray brought it up on my show this morning and it got me thinking because once Pump Fund opens the doors to be able to be listed on T1s, Fog getting onto crypto.com is a huge win. Michi's not listed on any tier 1s, which is this cat in the middle. Dude,
Mother
that's a
is
cute
just
ass
a
cat.
pump fund?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mother launched on Pump Fund.
That's crazy. And so it's a
Yeah.
$61 million market cap. Ray, are you in?
I believe so. I
What do you
believe
mean
Mother.
you believe so, Ray?
I believe Mother is still in my portfolio. I sold Mother or Bonk. I forget which one for more capital in. No, I'm out of Mother. I need to get back. I'm gonna buy Mother right now, though.
Actually,
Yeah, I'm like gonna do it live on stream right now.
I would buy Mother right now, to be completely honest, purely because you're just betting on the Binance listing, and Iggy hasn't stopped with it. Like, yeah, the timeline may have slowed down, but dude, Art Basil's coming up. Iggy Azalea lives in Miami. I think there's a good chance there's a Mother party in Miami.
So basically, if I go to the Mother party, there's going to be a lot of ladies
Strippers.
there. Well, women.
Yeah.
All right, we're hitting Mother right now, ladies and
But
gentlemen.
that one feels free, bro. Like the more I'm thinking about this, it feels free.
It's literally free. I can't believe I'm getting it for free right now. 61 milli, dog, literally free.
What about double dipping on Murad and this Pump Fund meta with the smoking chicken fish?
How about that,
So
Easy? What do you think of that one?
I talked smoking chicken fish is like when you think about the cult thing side of it, like they're a church. They're registered as a church, which is fucking hilarious. Like they registered as a church. They were at Breakpoint. They had decent showing at Breakpoint. They had some drama, but this chart looks great. Like higher lows, higher highs. It looks good, but like this is now where you're starting to over allocate a little much to the medium caps because you have locked in. You have a few others. You mentioned the Aura yesterday. I like Aura a lot. Yeah, I like Aura a lot.
Let's go. I'm adding Aura for sure. So smoking chicken.
20 mil, dude.
What was the drama of smoking chicken fish?
So they had a public facing guy called oh man, I forget what his name was, but he was a pastor or LARPed as a pastor, and he'd go on spaces and preach the gospel of smoking chicken fish. And he did a damn good job. He's the one who like largely is credited with pumping it because of what a public figure he was. So he did really good. Oh my god, it's gonna drive. It starts with a K. Keelan. I forget what his name is. But yeah, he was like largely the public face of it. So he ended up turning out that he was a scammer. Tried to blackmail. Yeah, right. Goddamn. Tried to blackmail the team to get more tokens. Started tweeting other tickers from the official page because he had access to the socials. That was tough because I thought he was really good for their brand just because of how active he was, and I think it would have sent the token much higher. SCF is actually a ticker that Ansem's really bullish on, which helps. And yeah, he loves it. He loves the smoking chicken fish. He's tweeted about it a couple times. So like the thing is, it's like once you start to get to like 10 meme coins, you have a lot. You have a lot of meme coins. Yeah, Raul Paul is on this too, which is hilarious. And they don't call it baptism, they call it brothism, which is really funny. Yeah, they do some fun stuff.
How old is Aura?
I'd have to double check. It's probably a few months.
Okay. So I just bought Aura.
May.
Okay, beautiful. All right, so check it out. I just added Aura, smoking chicken fish, and Mother. So I'm in on Iggy's thing. And so now I got Goat, SPX, Giga, Aura, Smoking Chicken Fish, Mother, Retardio, Lock-in, Glorp, Epic, and Flavia.
I like it. Honestly, I like the port there. I'm looking at that and I'm like, this is good. My only thing is like, don't full port into buys, average down. It's kind of like what I look at here. It's like slow burn it.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to tell me twice. The most I've deployed is a half soul into any of these.
Yeah. So now on red days, it's like I actually like this port a lot. These are ones I'd buy more of as time goes on. I like Aura a lot because it's like that Gen Z saying, and like you should have some quote Gen Z exposure. In my opinion,
Aura is a very, very cool way to say swag. It's a very
literally what it is.
It's very cool. I'm actually trying to improve my aura right now. So I'm backing the aura coin as well.
That's a okay. All right, yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, those are some of the ones that I like. I like Lock-In too. I'm glad you got that because there's some people, the team behind that one's really interesting. You have, I want to say Vidamo is the one. Is that right, Ray? It's Vidamo.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, he works for his bag. When you have a good bag worker, it's tough to fade something. He's like he subtly mentions it and everything. He had like a long copy pasta that he made about Corinna Kampf retiring from OnlyFans yesterday, and it was like locked in coded. It was like wicked funny. He's just a funny guy, and like that's how you get some virality going with some of this stuff because he knows what he's doing. He had like a crazy viral post about how he went on Grinder and was shilling Locked In and had like screenshots of it, and it was so funny to me. Like I was like that was probably the funniest Twitter post I've ever seen, where he had real screenshots of him on Grinder shilling Locked In the messages, and I was like, this dude is absolutely ridiculous. But you can't like when you have someone behind it and like the face, it's like, dude, this is good. That's a big part of it. Is like you got to look at some of these coins and be like, who's going to be the one pushing this? I see Ebrink mentioning Kobe. I hold Kobe in my 10K port. It's relatively low. I think it's about an 8 mil market cap, but like they're saying is everybody's best friend. So it's a really user friendly brand, and they have plushies. They have some other stuff. They've done a great job kind of with the marketing rollout of it, and they were all over Breakpoint, like all over Breakpoint. And that was one that like if you want to take a high risk play, that's one that I would look at.
Okay, Kobe is high risk. What about
Moo? Yeah, because it's up to mil. Moo's low risk, dude. It's 150 mil. I think Moo gets listed on Binance.
Do you have Moo?
Yeah, that's in my 10K port. Yep.
What
I can
about-
read
what
you
about-
my 10K port. One sec.
Let's go. What about you, Ray?
I have no Moo, but I've been looking at it.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
Moo a lot.
You
That's
like
one of the
very-
ones I actually. Dude, it's the symbol of the bull market. Like
Right.
that to me is awesome. So I have Giga, Moo, Mog are my 3 high posts, like my 3 low risk, low reward. They're all over 100 mil. Lock-In, Aura, and Harambe are my medium. Cause like I just went with like the meme of
Wow,
the animal,
Haram.
one animal meme. Yeah, I like this. It's like a as old as time kind of meme. I hope it has a Tay-Day, but I like Aura and Lock-In in that range as well. And then my high risk, low market cap are Kobe, Stan, and Dev. I heard you guys talking about Stan yesterday and how like you don't see it getting adopted. So one, they're going through a rebrand with this, and they have, in my opinion, the best Web3 content, hands down, for a meme coin. They do
Okay.
3D graphics and 3D animations. It sucks because the main account's suspended. I forget what the new account is. That account got suspended because it was a Stanley Cup sniffing a line of coke off Mudang's ass, and it got the account suspended. The most ridiculous sentence I think I've ever said in my entire life, and it got the account suspended. But when I saw it, I was like, that's what made me buy in. I was like, damn, that's funny as fuck.
That is very funny. Daddy Nick said the fact that Daddy Nick, of course, longtime listener of the show and frequent commenter. Big shout out to Daddy Nick. Also, often has very strong and sometimes polarizing opinions. Here's an opinion from him: the fact that Harambe is lower than Mudang is crazy to me. What do you think of that, Easy? You think the gorilla should not be lower than the hippopotamus? What the fuck? Is
Oh
this
man,
I should have turned the volume down. I've never seen these animations before.
What is this AI? What is this? What is this video, dude? Ladies and gentlemen, Ray's playing this. What page is this video on?
This is from the new Stanley Cup page.
What is
I'm getting locked up from them getting removed on Twitter.
So is the ticker Tan or Stan?
Stan, but now it's the rebrand's Tan because the money sign's there. So it's
Right.
money sign TAN, so it says Stan. Yeah, dude, the animations are nuts. So they make all this in-house. Like it's actually absurd.
Real quick. Dog Wiz said that he thought that I was calling like Nick on our show, like Choose Rich Nick, Daddy Nick now. No, I'm not calling Nick a Daddy Nick. You're crazy. I'm so I don't know why I thought that was so funny. Wait, so they're making those animations themselves?
Yeah, they make them all in-house, which is crazy. Like their team is good. I'll give them credit. Like they crush, and that's why I like it. Like they incorporate other meme coins, so they know how to do this like virality loop. It's just once the actual account got kicked, it was very difficult for them to maintain like traction and interest. I think it will come back personally, but that's why it's high risk, high reward. It comes back, it goes to 20 mil. You just hit a 3.2x, 3.3x. That's great. Like that's great. You're now just turned $300 into 1,000.
Speaking of art and coming back, what do you think about Nub?
I like Nub a lot, but it's tough because they've had so many Twitter suspensions, and it almost feels like the Nub artist is just like a memer. Like the ecosystem and coin don't really have like the same traction as some of these others. Like it's not like when you think of Nub, you don't think of the Nub coin.
Right, you think of just like the arts, but yeah.
So yeah, Nub's got a high market cap. Daddy Nick following up saying whenever Nick, like our Nick on the show, sees one of his comments, he refers to him as one person just said. He refuses to say the name out loud. That's pretty funny observation that I totally believe. My meme coin holdings just surpassed $1,000, by the way. So we got a 4-figure meme coin portfolio right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's
what I'm talking about.
Dude, the user interface of this compared to like NFTs on Ethereum in 2021 is insane. Between using a platform like BullX, using Solana as the blockchain, like talk about a glow up for niche, what I'd call like niche crypto, high risk crypto, I guess. One question I have is Alfalfa, who I think takes this space very seriously, pointed out during the show today that he thinks that Solana meme coins are kind of pump and dump city, and that I should take a look at some Ethereum meme coins, which I totally understand the logic behind. I would like MOG. I have the Solana version of SPX because my understanding is that they use Wormhole. Big shout out to Wormhole, a partner of ours, to have an official SPX on Solana. I don't know the technical term. I don't know if you say it, you port it or you wormhole it or you bridge it or whatever the hell it is.
So they do say it's a wormhole. It's wormhole. I don't know. It's it's like you a wrapped SPX, I think is technically the jargon that they use in tech speak. But yeah, so the SPX is on that. MOG is only on base, I believe, as well as the other chain for it.
Right, exactly. And so is there anything that's Ethereum based that's promising that I can wormhole to Solana?
Any Ethereum based, it's SPX. Like, don't even overthink it. It's SPX. Like, you don't need to do anything more down the risk curve. I only picked up MOG in that 10K port because I wanted one ETH coin exposure to be on that. And that was my thesis was if I'm going to bet on one ETH coin, it's going to be MOG because that is like, when you think of ETH meme coins, you think of Pepe, but more people post MOG on CT than Pepe. So I'm like, yeah, we're going to go with MOG.
All right, MOG. I mean, I do like MOG for sure. Ray, should we get going with the Kalshi Shark Tank? What do you think? Or actually, we got a couple more minutes. Couple more minutes, easy. So is there any NFT you'd buy? Would you just buy meme coins? What's the number one thing you'd press a button for today? 3 questions for you. Boom.
Okay, so would I buy any NFTs? Yes, Project Aeon would be the NFT I'd buy, which is the SPS 6900 NFT. I think they're like 1.7 ETH. They're expensive.
Damn.
Pseudo bet on SPX. Yeah, I like those though.
Good.
A Solana NFT. They're all pseudo bets. They're all you're betting on the meme coin though. But once again, I'd rather buy the meme coin. Obviously, Bodagos is where I'd be swinging. If that could pick Bodagos. The other side though is like, why not just buy the meme coins because they're way more liquid? You know what I mean? Like that's more interesting to me. There's no reason for me to just chase
Bitcoin. Ticker Bitcoin.
About what?
Ticker
so
Bitcoin.
Sproto Gremlins are interesting. Sproto Gremlins are interesting. I don't know though. Why would you not just buy Bitcoin?
You mean versus ticker Bitcoin?
Why would you not buy ticker Bitcoin versus Sproto Gremlins? Like I almost would say, yeah, I'm good on the NFTs. I'm all set. Like they're just a liquid and they move in variables from it. So it's like I can get in and out of other stuff much quicker. There's no reason for me to chase and hope that I hit something there. You know, that's just how I look at it. I'm like, I'm not very interested in the NFT side right now from like the meme coin NFTs. I think they run, but I can also catch the multiples on the coin and get out instantly.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
All good. Oh,
So
I appreciate
second question. That needed to. Second question. If I had to, so you said any NFTs I'd buy something, and then what would I click a button?
What would you click a button? And then, yeah, I guess it was only 2 questions. Yeah.
What would I click a button for is I would short Mudang.
You'd short Mudang.
Yeah, on the Binance listing.
Wow. Well, on what? So how would you short that? What platform?
OX.fun is the platform.
OX.
So I've been using it pretty. Yeah, I've been using it pretty aggressively.
Platform existed.
3 months.
Okay.
3 months. So it is relatively new. I think just for transparency, I think they're gonna hook us up with a ref link too. I've been trying to get some working relationship with them because it's the only place I've found with deep enough liquidity to actually short stuff, like meme coins specifically, and they list meme coins really quickly. So like we're not working with them right now. I want to because I like the platform. But that's why I shorted Moodang on this when I posted that tweet. Someone said Drift, you can short Moodang also. Yeah, but this is like Drift is only Solana liquidity. This is cross-chain liquidity. So you get liquidity from ETH, Sol, and everything else, and meme coins. But yeah, dude, this is the thing for me. I look at this and I'm like, go take a look at the GOAT chart. GOAT has since kind of gotten some legs, but I'd almost rather short the Binance listing. Yeah, GOAT's down 15% post Binance listing. Why would I not short this?
So so what's the market cap? What's the MC right now of Moodang?
MC, what is the MC? Let me turn this on because it's getting bright out, so it's fucking with my lighting. Right now it's at 160 million.
100? That's low, dude. You really want to short that? That sounds free.
I do. Yeah, hey, listen. Dude, you don't hear anyone talking about Moodang anymore.
Look at the candle, dude.
The Binance listing candle is stupid. Did 110% move in 1 week.
Ray, what do you think? Do you think Moodang is free here, or do you think we ought to go short?
I think it's free. I don't know if I'd short or just. I don't know. I kind of like Harambe. Looking at like its comparison to Moodang, I think whoever commented that's super interesting. I don't know if I play around with leverage too much, but I think you could probably make some.
The leverage isn't crazy, by the way. They max you out at 5x. So like, it's not like I'm not doing 100x leverage short on these coins and getting blown out in a minute. Like I'm short all AI coins right now. Like basically every single one.
Goat too?
I'm short Goat. I wasn't going to, but I opened up a short on Goat earlier today. I'm up 12% on my Goat short. I'm short Slop and I'm short Gnon.
So Alfalfa weighed in. He said, "Why would you short Moodang? The only reason if it's a short squeeze. It already took heat. That 1 wick was before the listing went live, 2 hours before."
Well, it didn't go up because of any other reason but the listing. So it sounds like that information got leaked, and that's why it pumped.
Had to,
you can't
right?
tell me. Yeah, you can't tell me that wick has nothing to do with the listing.
No, it has nothing to do with the Ray. It's something else. We have
2 hours before Moodang took a shit.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, let's be realistic here. Come on.
Okay.
I don't know.
I always have.
My accountant told me, by the way, this year I'm gonna have to pay him a low 5-figure check to do my taxes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was gonna tell you, I got these guys in Pakistan that are crypto accountants, and they're. I mean, I don't know, man. It gets expensive. I got paid like $500, and for sure, I probably have 1/100th of the quantity of transactions as you, if not less. If not less,
I think you have even less than that, dude. I think I've done 6 figures of transactions.
Well, that's insane. Yeah, so I mean, you're on your own for that one, buddy. You might need a small team. Anyway, look, ladies and gentlemen, we got a little Kalshi Shark Tank. We're gonna pitch Ray some picks. Why don't we pull up Kalshi? So our partner Kalshi, ladies and gentlemen, the only legal prediction market in the United States for the presidential election. So it has been climbing in the ranks of the App Store. While we got Kamala at 39, Trump at 61. Interesting. Easy. Do you have a pick in mind? Do you want to go first?
Quick question for you on this. Do you think Kalshi's skewed? Do you think any prediction market's skewed? There's been a big debate on the timeline.
Skewed
that people believe
politically?
They believe because the demographic is largely white males, supposedly. Did
you see Kalshi's response?
I did, and I thought the response was awesome. I was like, this is great. They're like 35% female. So I was like, that's interesting.
I don't think it's skewed politically. I think it's just a proper market. Because like people don't use people. If there's anything I've learned from crypto and markets, it's that people use their money in a market to try to make money. So like I actually think it's relatively pure.
I think so as well. I'm in the same boat. I look at it as like, why would it be skewed versus it's just what the market wants, you know? And a lot of people do push that, like, they think this is underreporting the true metrics. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I lean that it is probably pretty accurate.
Well, it's one thing to say that it's accurate of like what's actually going to happen, like who's going to win. That's not necessarily what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I just think it's a market like any other. So people are saying, can't whales come in and skew? Yeah, they can. I think that they skew though because they want to make money. I don't think that they're skewing because they think that this is going to like get Trump across the line for the election. I mean, I don't know. I just think people are trading this like a market, the way they would trade like a meme coin or a stock.
Yeah, I do agree. Sorry, my light just went out. I just want to plug it back in. The thing that I think too that a lot of people are like trying to, I don't want to say like overcompensating for, is that there's real money involved. So like when there's real money involved, that's a bigger thing here. I want to say is like there's some serious size on this. If you look at the total amount of volume done, like $1 million is on the line, you know, and that to me is not a small bag of cash, you know, like this is some real capital that people are playing with. And looking at some of the other ones too, some of the other markets, I'm like, okay, that becomes more interesting because there's multiple millions. Like I'm talking 8-9 figures on this election. Let's see if they'll turn that off.
It's pretty crazy. Well, and think about it like this. People are commenting on like the polls and stuff. Keep in mind the way voting actually works is every person has an equal vote. Obviously, different counties and different states have more impact. But like if one rich guy comes in and plows $2 million in one bet onto Kamala Harris and moves the market, then that's still like he still can only vote once. You know?
Yeah, a single vote.
You're killing me with this microphone, dude.
I know. Sorry. Should be good now. It's still a single vote. And the other thing is it's like on top of that, I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, dude, I just think it is what the market's doing. There's been some pushback on some stuff. There's been some negative press. There's been a whole mess of stuff. And dude, the election's in what, 2 weeks? Not even 10 days? 10 days.
It's in I think it's literally in it's pretty crazy, dude. It's in like 11 or 12 days. Yeah, pretty nuts.
That's nuts.
It really is. So anyway, so what was I gonna say? Well, for my pick, I think one interesting pick, if I'm gonna make one, well, one good pick I think is Eric Adams out as New York City mayor this year. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no on that.
I also think no.
That's a bet that I like. I'm gonna say no. What do you think, Ray?
I have no idea. Zero clue. Why would he be out?
He's out because they're trying to investigate him because he pushed back on the migrant, importing migrants to New York. He's like one of the only major city politicians in the United States that actually pushed back on that. So they're trying to drag him right now. They're actually the charges they're bringing up against him is that he accepted a free business class flight from the Turkish government. So like a bribe of a $2,000 value. For a politician, I'd say that's a pretty tame bribe, like literally just transportation to Turkey. So there's that. The other one is there's probably value on Trump at 35%. Like look at Trump climbing on the popular vote. Like, do we not think that this is going to get closer to 50-50 here going into the election? Because if you look, like, I feel like people have a little bit of recency bias when it comes to the popular vote stuff. This is trending towards Trump continuing to go up. This might be my top bet, but the Eric Adams one is another one. What do you think, Ray?
I was always saying that people were treating the popular vote for Kamala as an automatic when I wasn't so sure, especially as we continue to see Trump like increasing in the polls, increasing in these markets. Yeah, Democrats have won, 1, 2, 3, 4 straight popular votes, but things can happen, and I think there is, a possibility that Trump could win the popular vote. And 35%, I agree with what you're saying. Seems like value. I mean, it would have been a lot nicer to get it, a week or two ago at 22, but it's continuing to climb.
Well, there you go. There you have it. Easy. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like this is you take Harris for the popular vote. I still don't think Trump has that. I don't think he has it in the bag. I think that's going to be a little bit more difficult for him. Just because it's like you're betting on the state situation versus quote the public. I guess is what it is, right? Like total number of votes dictates this. Dude, my lighting is smoked.
It's okay. We're almost done. Don't worry about it. We're gonna both fix our cameras after.
Yeah, did not expect the lighting to be so bad. But it's yeah, I would still take Harris popular, Trump win, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, but this is a trade, right? So I'm not suggesting that Trump's actually going to win the popular vote, although I actually don't think it's impossible. But I'm more trading the 39 or 35% to maybe get to like 44%, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that way it's like right now, maybe you hit that, but the risk, I don't know if the risk is there. Like election night's going to be the big one where you're going to see some pretty volatile swings. Like it'll be fun to live track and live monitor a lot of this.
Yep, 100%. Ray, any thoughts here? What are you going to take?
So I'm actually on the other side of the popular vote. I took it when we did our stream. So I'm down 5% on that. I'm just gonna hold that through and then just like cross my fingers. I don't like that, but I don't think I'm gonna trade out for a loss there. Eric Adams is interesting if you think that's the case. That's 66%. That's something that maybe if Trump wins, that you're going to not see that as likely. Like a Trump win, that's kind of like a maybe like a somewhat of a like derivative bet. Like Trump could offer some sort of protection. I remember now at that event in New York, I forget the dinner, but Trump did like a little bit of a stand-up comedy speech there and was talking about Adams and his charges, like saying like, oh, if I get in, like I'll help you beat them, which was interesting because I didn't know what was going on. Now I have some context. So yeah, maybe we'll do a little Adams. We'll do a little Adams here. Just
in my opinion, that's the best bet.
Yeah, we're in on some Adams. We'll treat it as a Trump derivative trade.
That's a Trump deriv. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I'm in for $50 on that just because that's all I have left in this Kalshi account. I'll have to put some more money in. So yeah, I'm in for 50. So there you have it. Eric Adams out as New York City mayor. No, he will be the mayor at the end of the year. Boom.
I like to know. I like to know a lot.
It's a nice little, I think it's a nice little pick.
I think it's one not a lot of people are expecting, or like a lot of people are expecting, but I still think it's like pretty fair value. And you have 2 months to hold this 4% on Kalshi as well, and you could hit on it. Yeah, that feels free.
Love to hear it. Big shout out to Kalshi rising in the App Store. We are going to see what happens with this election, the only legal prediction market. Go to kalshi.com/bodagos. Get a $20 deposit bonus. Again, kalshi.com/bodagos. You will get a $20 deposit bonus. Anyway, so real quick, why don't we move on to our game show segment of Top Dog. Last week's results, we talked about what's going to be the best performing major in crypto, and the answer was Bitcoin out of the three.
Oh, no, that's a lie. Sorry. This is incorrect. This is Solana.
Oh, come on, man.
Too bad.
That's my part. I have it correct on the sheet. I just wrote Bitcoin for whatever reason. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I was thinking of ticker Bitcoin, but the correct answer was Solana, and then the scores are tracked appropriately. I don't know why I wrote Bitcoin here, but Solana outperformed everything, including Ethereum, which was just about even on the week.
Okay, fair enough. Real quick, Josh D. Crypto said Eric Adams is blocking the Fly Fish Club in New York. Get him out. We literally ate, all of us ate at Fly Fish Club this week. So what are you talking about? The 3 people on this show, plus the rest of our team, Clemente, Emily, Nick, all ate at Fly Fish Club. It was pretty cool. Nick Wright, the sports broadcaster, was there. And Easy, you said that was RJ Barrett, but that was not RJ Barrett.
Really?
I looked up what RJ Barrett looks like, and he is younger and not bald. I do think that guy that came in was an NBA player for sure, but it was not RJ Barrett.
Interesting. I could have sworn it was.
Daddy Nick asks, how was the food? My response, Daddy Nick, is surprisingly good. It was actually a pretty good restaurant, and there were obviously like like celebs there, sort of like micro celebs, and then there's a jazz club like cocktail lounge downstairs. That was pretty good. Overall, it's a pretty positive experience. It's a relatively hot restaurant in New York. I'd say 10 days in, kind of.
I was pleasantly surprised, to be honest. I was like, wow, this place is actually nice vibe. The music could be turned down a notch or two, but aside from that, 8.7 out of 10.
There you go. Miguel Ribeiro said, how full was the restaurant? You need to have the NFT to go in, right? It was completely full, but if you have the NFT, you can just give people guest passes. So all this is a membership-based restaurant in New York that's only been open for 10 days. So as you can imagine, that's like pretty hot in New York. So yeah. Luke said, do they pay in book games tokens? I can't believe that book games thing. That's crazy.
Pretty sure Nick got the smoking chicken fish.
All right. Well, anyway, other bets from last week for Top Dog. Trump odds on Kalshi, over or under 56.5%. The answer was over. New all-time high for pump fund tokens deployed in a single day. The answer was yes. Bored Ape Yacht Club floor, over or under 11 ETH. The answer was over. And GOAT, over or under $500 million market cap. The answer was over. Did anybody get them all right, Ray?
I did.
Oh,
100%.
Cooking.
Including Solana. The one thing that was very interesting was like the token launch just set this new all-time high. If you're watching on the screen, like right before we did the show, and we were like, it's not going to happen. Like we just hit this absurd all-time high, and then we just like broke it almost every single day last week.
That's insane. Well, we got to keep going. So look, we got week 16 questions here, just 3 questions. That's cool. So we got Prime token goes up or down. Right now, it has a $265 million market cap. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down over the next week? I think it's going to go up.
So some context around this one, they're launching their Wayfinder Alpha next week. One of the stories we didn't get a chance to cover. We had such a packed show. So they're going to be launching the Alpha, which is Wayfinder is essentially their AI application where they're going to be able to like have AI agents like deployed on the blockchain and like making blockchain transactions. So my thought is that it's going to go up if it's positive and down if it's negative. I don't know how it's going to go. I haven't looked into it too much. I'm going to stay on the positive side. I'm going to say it's going to go up.
All right. Very nice, Ray. What about you, Easy? You're muted, buddy.
I think it goes up. My bet is up. I would take the up on it.
We're up only on that one today. Next one. Will more pump fund tokens launch next week than this week? I guess I'll just play the trend. Yes, the trend is your friend.
130K launched this week. I think we're going to pull back. I think this week.
Same. I'm going under.
Under. There you go. Second to last one. Popular vote on Kalshi. Kamala, over or under 65%. I'm gonna go under. Trend is your friend.
Kamala under. Let's go under. I'm gonna go under.
I think she's gonna go over. I think we're gonna start seeing people start to get in on value on the other side coming up to the election.
All righty. Okay. Sproto Gremlins, over under 2.5.
Currently at 2.5 ETH. They go up or down over the next week.
Down. Give me down.
I'm going to go under because, I don't know. Ray said over.
Yep, I'm going over. Over. Little run from Bitcoin. They're going to continue to run.
Impressive. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's this week's edition of Top Dog. If you want to lay some comments down right now, Ray will keep track of your guesses and, punch the information in. We will track the results. We'll see where we're at next week. Big shout out to Kalshi for today's show. Going into the election, things are getting hot with Kalshi. Anyway, everybody. Oh, we got Punk 3770. hyping up the fact that she went to Fly Fish Club as a member. That's a hot restaurant resi right there. Punk 3770. There you go. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend. We will be back on Monday with the show. We do the show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Available on Twitter Spaces, also available on YouTube, also available anywhere you get your podcasts. Ray will wrap with us. Catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have a great weekend.